OCJ wouldn't tell you, you go. The student themselves, wholeheartedly, they want to get up there and spar with any of them, because what they're looking for is more experience. I wonder what he's got hidden there that he's going to share with me, vice versa. But the beauty is the sharing. And then you could tell when a guy scored something, a guy kicked, the other guy would acknowledge, say, good kick, but control. Good kick, but control. That was, and OCJ taught me that when that happens, no matter what technique the person's going to execute, if he knows he's got control, he'll go beyond the basic defense and try to get the best of it.
So the old pipe on the legs wasn't most memorable?
That was gratifying, didn't it?
Let's see.
What kind of advice could you give the instructors to help them with their teaching?
Okay. There's many phases of teaching. One is just strictly basic. One of the students are absolutely, you can tell that's what he really enjoyed doing. Telling the student that, gotta do this correctly, do that. And like I say, the black belt manual, the hyung,
Mm-hmm.
the circle,
Yes.
that has a lot to do with basics. You have a person that loves to do that. Then you have a person that loves self-defense. They like to interact with people, just self-defense. And when I say self-defense, the stick, the knife, the sweeping, the throwing, okay, those type. That's another phase. And then you have another phase where trying to find you have another person like to spar, okay? And that particular person would try to show the open space that the movement of your opponent, because of the way he stands, the way he positions his posture and things. That to me is another phase. And OCJ had each student, they would break off in section, and then they would stay there for maybe a year or two. Then the following year, because he used the word digest, 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 make sure. Eat, sleep, and then just that alone. Okay. Okay, and then you have another person like to sit and just interact with ideas that would benefit the mind, body, and spirit. Even if you have to sit there and meditate, and then he'd come over and wake you up, get a stick, wake you up, and say, what have you learned, you know? Yeah. So what I'm saying is, we do have instructors in our school that have these qualities. We should use them. Okay? And encourage them. That's where your expertise is. Not one person can really know everything.
Right.
That's why I keep telling, people that ask me, how come you don't learn the Filipino stick or stuff like that? I said, how can I learn that when I'm still learning Tang Soo Do? Every day I learn Tang Soo Do. I learn Tang Soo Do from my wife, my kids, I listen, I hear, smell, That's what Tang Soo Do has taught me, is to be more aware of what things can be offered to you, no matter how old. I'm getting to the point I'm bumping into things. That's totally, my movements aren't the same. And, yeah.
Well, we know that. What actions do you want to see, leadership do to continue your legacy and develop the organization?
I would like all of my black belts to utilize the black belt manual and to see if they could find ways to better the techniques in there. If there's a better way to an easier way to cross that river instead of catching a boat or swimming, do it. But better that manual. Because there's a lot in that manual. I sit night, day, thinking.
It is the journey of mastery. What's your favorite heian?
Okay. Oh, were you guys at the International?
Yep.
What farm was that?
Kong Song Kong.
Two of them.
Yep.
The dye and the soap.
Well, which one do you want to say that it was the name at the time?
What was that,
Kong Song Kong
1968, 69?
68.
68?
Yep. The International.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be one of your best memories as well. It's
Yeah, and the reason why I chose that is because that form gave me the feeling like I'm an eagle. And once I perform that, it feels like I levitate off the ground. And that there's no room for thinking, or it's just acting like I acting like an eagle, soaring above the earth.
So at the time, that was Kong Song Kong Day. Today, it's Kong Song Kong So, right?
So and die.
Right.
Yeah.
But you did one at the tournament, did you? Or did you do both?
No, I had to use two.
That's right. That's
They have to
right. You
test.
had to do two, yeah.
Yeah.
The second
They
one.
thought one was easy. When they seen the other one, they said, whoa. So, what's his name? The Kempo, Parker, Ed Parker.
Yeah.
Said, brother, he was in another world. Yeah. But at least I helped to contribute. And I hope that each one of you will find a form that will, because that's the one that really charged my battery.
It's like, here's the question, it's like, what was your philosophy and mentality when you first started teaching, and how has it changed?
What changed? What modified and developed the changes was my students, how they performed. Through their action, made me add more to their performance and technique. If you understand that. And there was one of these Kempo master came over and he said, Mr. Estioko, how do you come to that level? Do you feel that form? He says, it's hard for me to explain to you. I says, here's a wood and here's a cutting knife. I want you to whittle that until at the end of the whittling what you've acquired, you know.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a break.
That's going to be a little deep.